So today's video is going to be a full face of L'Oreal makeup. If I had to choose, I do think L'Oreal would be my favourite drugstore brand. I'm going to do a full face of makeup using their products. Pretty much everything that I feature in this video is from L'Oreal, I think, apart from one thing. Featured in this video are all pretty much products that I know that I love. I've tried all of them out and I use them regularly, most of them anyway. So it's quite a easy, simple look to do, won't take too much time. It's a good everyday look. If you would like to see how I created this look and what products I used, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I've already prepped my skin. So I have used the L'Oreal Hydrogenous Moisturiser. So this one is for normal to dry skin. Now I usually find that I have a combination skin type. I have quite oily areas around the middle of my forehead and my nose and sometimes my chin. But then I also have the rest of my skin is quite normal. So, but going into winter I find that my skin can get quite dry, so that's why I'm using the normal to dry one at the moment, just to give my skin that extra boost of moisture. And this one gives a really nice glow. Like, I always use this one when I'm applying makeup because it gives a really nice glow before you apply your foundation for like a base. And I also used the L'Oreal Lumi Magique, I think it's like a primer. It's like a primer slash highlighter. So I just use this under my eyes and before my foundation to act as not a concealer but as like a brightener for under the eyes, and it minimises any dark circles, which can also help with you looking more awake. And then for foundation, I mixed these two L'Oreal foundations together. So I firstly applied the L'Oreal True Match foundation. This True Match one is in the shade 3.N Creamy Beige. So this one's good for me as an everyday foundation. It's not too heavy, but then to make it a bit more full coverage and a bit more matte, if I want like a matte look. Mind you, I don't actually think that this gives a matte look with the two of them together, but on this eye and this one does. But mixing them together, they give more full coverage. So this one is the L'Oreal Total Coverage Infallible Foundation, and this is in the shade 24 Golden Beige. So mixed together, this gives this colour, and I just think they work really well together. And then I also used, I didn't have a L'Oreal concealer. It's the only thing I don't have from L'Oreal. So I just used my favourite. It's the Maybelline Eraser Eye Concealer, and this is in the shade Light. So I just apply that under my eyes and just over my foundation. So now I'm going to go on to powder, because I haven't powdered my face yet. So this is my all-time favourite drugstore powder. It's really, really nice. It doesn't make you look too cakey. It also gives like a luminous finish, so it doesn't make you look too matte and look too dull. So this, I've nearly used it all. So this is the L'Oreal Nude Magique powder. So yeah, I haven't nearly finished this one. It comes with a little sponge here, but I don't actually use the sponge, I just use a brush. So this is the BB powder. So this gives a really nice finish. So I'm just going to apply some now. So I apply it to under my eyes. I'm just using this Real Techniques brush, fluffy brush. So I'm just going to put some under my eyes first. And I'm also going to put some on my eyelid. Okay. And then it also doesn't make your concealer crease or anything like that. It's good for a concealer. So then I'm just going to apply some with this MAC 129 fluffy brush just all over where my oily areas are. So I'm going to go over my forehead. I'm just going to sweep it across because I don't like it too heavy. On my chin and on my nose. the powder done. So now I'm going to go on to bronzer. So for bronzer, I think this is quite an old one, but I think they still sell it. It's the L'Oreal Glam bronzer. So it comes with a bronzer shade and a highlight shade. I'm going to use the bronzer shade today. So just this one also comes with a little brush, but I don't really use the brush, so I'm just going to use a big bronzer brush. This one's from Eco Tools, I believe. I'm just going to use that one, and I'm just going to do around my forehead, and then I'm also going to use this as kind of a contour shade and just do in the hollows of my cheeks. Okay, so that's the bronzer done. So as you can see, it just gives like a subtle more bronzy look to the face. So I'm then going to go on to blush. So I don't have like a specific L'Oreal blush, but I do have this L'Oreal Glow Kit. This one has 5 different highlight shades in it, but this palette can also be used for eyeshadows and highlights and blushes and things like that. So I'm going to use this shade right here. So this one is called Cheek on You. So this is what it looks like. It's got a nice range of colours. So I'm going to use that Cheek on You shade just for my blush. Again, I don't like blusher to be too heavy, so this is just like a light one. It gives more of like a glow to the cheeks because obviously it's a highlight palette, but I think that gives a really nice finish. I haven't used that shade yet. I've used some of the others which I really like, but I haven't used that shade yet. So then I'm actually going to go on to my eyes quickly. I'm not going to do a lot on my eyes. So because I've already powdered my lid, I'm going to go into the crease with back to this bronzer, just to give it a bit more definition. I do like using the same bronzer that I use on my face as in the crease of my eyes, because I just think it makes the look a lot more natural. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit more in both eyes, on both eyelids, just to make it look a bit more defined. I'm going to bring it up to the brow bone slightly. So then I'm going to go just really simple, just over the lid with one of these shades from the highlight palette, the Glow Kit. So I think I'm going to go for this shade on the end right here, this golden shade. This is in the shade Incandescent. So I'm going to put that on my brush. It's really pigmented, you can see. So I'm going to put that on my brush and just pat it all over my lid. Just to give a slight shimmer. Okay. And then I'm just going to take this fluffy brush and I'm just going to blend everything in together. Just so there's no harsh lines and so it can look as natural as possible. Okay. So now I'm going to go on to brows. So for my brows I have this L'Oreal Paradise pomade. It's from the Paradise range, and I'm also going to use that mascara because it's a really nice range. So this is in the shade 104 Brunette. So this one's really nice because it comes with a brush. You just take this off the top, unscrew here, and you have your brow pomade. So I'm going to start by brushing my brows out just with this Anastasia Beverly Hills brow brush. So then I'm going to apply the pomade. I'm just going to tap it in here slightly. And then I'm going to start by going underneath the brow. So just drawing a slight line underneath, just to define that front part of my brow a little bit more. And then the whole way I'm just going to do fine hair strokes, not starting from the front, starting from the middle of the brow and going outwards, just because I don't want too much product at the front of my brow. And then on the ends I'm just going to bring it down slightly, just to create a bit more of a defined end. And then from whatever product is on the brush, I'm just going to go to the front and brush that up so there's not too many harsh lines. Okay, and then I'm just going to brush that through again with my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. So like I said the other day, I do have quite thick and bushy eyebrows. I do usually go for a gel just because my eyebrows are quite thick enough, but because this is a full face of L'Oreal and I had the pomade, I thought I'd try it out. I have used it a few times, but I do tend to use it if I'm going out or in the evenings for a more fuller look, and then in the day I'll just use like a tinted gel. But yeah, so that's that. So it gives quite a sharp line. They do look quite dark, but my eyebrows are quite dark. So I'm just going to do the other brow. Okay, so that is my brows finished. As I said, you can build it up and put more product on or make your brows more fuller with this product, but I don't want to apply too much to mine because they can look too big otherwise. So I'm just going to go in with mascara. So like I said, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Paradise mascara. So this is Paradise Ecstatic. This is the range and this is in the shade Black. So I'm just going to apply this to my lashes. I really like this mascara. It gives like a nice natural finish. It's not too intense but also lengthens your lashes but makes them look as natural as they can with mascara. Okay, so as you can see, this one is with the mascara, this one is without. So it just gives a really nice feathery effect to your lashes and makes them look nice and long. I'm just going to do the other eye. You don't have to apply much either to see a difference. I literally just dip it in the pot once. Okay, so that's mascara done. So as you can see, just a really nice natural mascara. I'm going to go on to highlight. So I'm going to use the L'Oreal True Match highlighter, liquid highlighter. So this is in the shade Golden Glow. So I'm going to use this one just on my cheekbones, and then I have a powder highlighter to go with it, which I'll put some everywhere else. I'm just going to squeeze. Okay, so I'm just going to squeeze it onto my hand like so. And then I'm going to apply this with my finger because I think it applies nicer when it's slightly warmed up. So I'm just going to dab it onto my cheekbones. And the other side. And then I'm going to blend it in with my sponge. Okay, so that's the liquid highlighter applied. It just gives like a nice finish over your foundation, quite a natural radiant glow. And then I'm going to apply a powder highlighter over the top. So I am going to use the L'Oreal True Match highlighter palette. So this is in the shade, again, Golden Glow. So these two are the same shade and they work really nicely together. They're from the same range. So I'm going to apply this with my Spectrum fan brush. This is in CO1. So I'm just going to swipe it across all shades, all 3 shades, and just apply it to my cheekbones, and then just above my brow and a tiny bit on my nose. Do the other side. Okay, and then just going over that highlighter just to make it a bit more intense, I'm going to take my Sigma F35 brush. So I'm going to take this shade from the Glow palette right here. This is in the shade Metalicious. So I'm going to just dab that on my brush and apply it to my cheekbones. I'm going to try and blend things in as I go to make it look as natural as it can. Okay, so that gives a really nice highlighted finish. It's not too intense, but just gives a glow to the skin. And then finally I'm going to apply my lip products. So I haven't got a lip liner from L'Oreal, but I do have a few lipsticks of theirs, but this one is my favourite. It is their lip, I wouldn't say it's like a lip paint, but it gives like not a too matte finish, but it's not glossy or anything like that. So I just really love the shade. It's like a peachy nude. So this is what it looks like, and it is in the shade 001 Silencio. So then you literally just pop it out of here, and the product is in the end of this, so you can pump it in to get more product. So I'm just going to take that out and apply it to my lips. I would usually apply a lip liner with this, but because it's a L'Oreal look, I didn't want to do too many products that weren't L'Oreal, obviously. I'd usually just apply like a nude lip liner. But what's nice about this is it has a really sharp, like tapered edge, so you can get right onto your lip line. This one stays on really long as well, which is nice. You don't have to keep reapplying it. So I do also have this gloss by L'Oreal. It's the new range, the Galaxy Lumiere gloss. This is the pink one. I'm just going to apply a tiny bit of this just to the middle of my lips, to give them a bit of a gloss finish. So that's what it looks like. Okay, so that is the finished makeup look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you liked seeing how I use my different L'Oreal products. I do really love L'Oreal for the drugstore. The quality of the products are really good. They're always coming out with new things. If I could choose two things that I would always buy from L'Oreal, I think it would be their foundations and their mascaras. Their mascaras, for me, I have so many from their range. Whenever I want a new mascara and I want it from the drugstore, I always go straight to L'Oreal because they honestly have the best mascaras in the drugstore out there. I hope you enjoyed watching. This is quite like a natural makeup look again. Like I do prefer like natural glowy looks. But if you did like this look and you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up, and also if you would subscribe. That would mean a lot to me, and I will link my blog and everything down below so you can have a read if you are interested, as I feature a lot of my favourite products and brands on there. So I'm also thinking of uploading a MAC full face of makeup soon, as again, like, it's another brand I love and I always enjoy watching full face of brands, so thought I'd put a few of them on my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye.